Welcome, everybody, to the Crit Files, your once weekly follow-up podcast to the hit In at the End podcast, America's #1 actual play D&D podcast.
Number one.
We checked the numbers today.
The statistics are out.
the
We
numbers.
did just do some number
And in
crunching
fact,
today.
Dashel himself was like, if we ain't #1, I'm gone.
No,
I'm
I
going to
didn't-
Dimension
I didn't-
20.
He's still here.
He's got so
He's still
many
here.
other opportunities out there, but he's sticking with us.
But-
if Dimension 20 did invite me to be on, I would immediately abandon you
No,
guys.
you guys
What if
would
they
stay
said
here
you
because
had
we're
to,
so
what,
much
you,
more
like,
fun.
couldn't ever
You know,
play with us again?
I did make it to the...
I would immediately ditch you guys.
True.
and if you didn't, I'd kick you out.
I mean, honestly,
Fly free,
Love
Dashel.
something, you let it go.
Fly
Being honest
free,
about it,
Dashel.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
didn't
I
do that,
was
that would be
super
awesome.
stoked when I made it to the second round of the One Shot podcast interviews. I didn't make it past that. I'm pretty sure there was like 4 rounds though, so it's not that big.
That's
a
still
deal.
pretty good.
Well, it's just because my resume looks pretty fucking dope for content creators. So,
You're welcome.
You know, let's just
thank you,
Thank
fucking.
you.
And at the end,
let's just put that out there. You
Fucking
know, for anyone
6
looking
years.
at resumes.
Yeah.
but here's the deal.
Is this
Seriously.
the longest job you've had in at the end?
Oh shit.
Well, I
bet it
have
is.
ADHD, so yes. The once a week job that I have here at the End of the
Where
End
we come to play
podcast,
D&D.
It's pretty taxing.
and where
And
sometimes
there's like months apart.
and sometimes I get to be a different person. Yes.
Yeah, very
That's a good
different
point.
people.
That's fair.
No, isn't that fucking crazy? We started in like February of 2017.
It was
Now,
a different time.
No, yeah, I
Milo joined us shortly
I have
after
moved
that.
multiple times between different cities. Since then.
I have too. I lived in that red house, then I lived in Salem, and now I live in this house.
I lived in Salem. I lived in Tigard. I lived in Salem. I lived in
Did you
Hermiston.
live on
and
a
Oh,
mountain
geez, I
for one
remember
summer?
I
Was that
lived
during
on a
this?
mountain for a summer. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was during that time.
A mountain?
Yeah. On a
Wait,
mountain.
what?
Yeah. We can talk about that after the show.
What? That's cool shit.
And
What the fuck?
I lived in Hermiston, which is in Eastern Oregon.
That's way
And then remember when we played, I'm pretty sure Alex was there first. We had Alex on for some Kim Kala stuff. And then Dash came on and did some stuff. And we're like, wouldn't it be cool if Dash came and played too?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Alex
With
technically
aliens.
predates Dash. So
I
fuck
don't
you,
think that's
Dash.
right?
No, it is.
That's not true at all. I was so mad that Dash wasn't the last one to go because he ended up doing so awesome, and I hated that I was the last one.
Hey, you know what?
Wait, what?
Did you?
what?
Did you? He's now actually metagame minuting.
I'm actually
Yeah, he's
doing
actually crit
the part of
filing
the
right now.
podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Supposed
the
to be doing-
trials.
Yeah.
For the trials.
So,
trying to
Okay,
turn this
everybody.
whole thing
Everything
around.
I was talking about was like, that's just podcast housekeeping.
yeah, I
Here
feel,
we are in the meta.
It's, classic overthinking. That's my thing.
Yeah, you
Got-
are.
I got in front of
technically the
myself.
last.
Yeah.
After
Dude, I felt like you had the most opportunity to just fucking lay into these people.
Yeah, you say that, but that's because that's how you think. Like, how am I gonna
Yeah.
It's
fuck
so
this person?
obvious.
Like,
I mean, I've
yeah,
seen
like,
it.
for me,
You
that's
know,
not my- that's not
eyes.
my-
But Simon has the most pure Quilton story.
Like, if there is one person that is truth in the group,
yeah.
it is Simon.
And
you know what?
I feel like I was caught up in my head thinking, okay, I gotta make some emotional pitch, but then
No,
I
but-
was like, oh, I just gotta tell truths.
But you
Like-
fuck, but
like,
what's
look
fucked
at
up?
these-
What's fucked up is like your first one, or like I don't know when it was, but then your last two were fucking fire.
Yeah,
they were
they
so
were.
good. Like something about what was the last question that you said?
about he doesn't have much faith, or he.
which
Oh,
is
yeah.
Which was fucking
Oh.
incredible because
the
it's
answer
so
to the question.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so
many-
true.
but it's also like it fits the character of Brooch really well.
Yeah,
And I didn't want to like specify. Is it faith in Melora? Is it faith in himself? Is it faith like?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just-
Hilton,
yeah.
is it
And-
Philip in
and-
his relationship with
Bingo.
Bill?
And the beautiful part is it doesn't actually matter.
Right.
We-
That was a great answer.
we leave
Your
that to
answer
them.
right before that was also great. Does anybody remember what that was?
Is this the remembering game podcast?
Yeah.
No, but
That he loves. I believe he loves Coconut Bill.
Brooch is
Right.
brave.
which the way you delivered it fucking got me. If I was a DM, I'd been like, fucking game over. But he was like, and then Alex comes back. He's like, well, you say you believe. This
yeah.
is like, oh,
And that's what that
okay.
trial was really about. Was
Is it true?
right? It's
Right,
about
right.
playing with the idea of the truth circle. What comes out of it?
Yeah,
and how can you use that to tell some like you can use it to your advantage to be like, what I'm telling you is the truth.
I almost
Right.
But also it's going to hinder me because I can't give you my opinion. I can't go beyond the truth.
What was great
Simon,
was
I almost feel like Simon was intending to say he loves Coconut Bill.
Mm-hmm.
And when his words caught in his mouth because of the spell,
Mm-hmm.
like it puzzled him.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is how it is. This is the truth.
I think giving the first thing of Breach is responsible for sending his best friend to prison and his best friend to death.
Right.
Like, it
And what's
set
crazy-
up the other two questions.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like, let's get totally metagame on this part, because like when that part came out, I was like, there is a way that you could have delivered that.
Don't
as a
tell me this now.
positive.
Don't,
No,
don't-
but like, I think
I already overthink. You're just going to give me more to think about.
I think it's interesting. I think it's a really interesting aspect of the way stories are told, the way that you can deliver narrative unreliably, reliably, truthfully, untruthfully, is this idea of like the things that you told them in the truth circle when you were not convicted to it, when you were not
Right.
married to it. It wasn't
The honest-
powerful.
Yeah.
When you were said like, well, my friend, Brooch killed my friends. That's fucked up. But there's a truth in that. But there is a truth buried in there that you could have went with, but you weren't married to that truth.
Yeah.
Like, but then when you went to like, I do believe
Yeah.
that he is in love, and whatever the last one was that we talked about,
He elevates
the faith.
others.
Oh, the elevates
Right.
others was
Yeah.
good too. That was a really good sort of like retraction from
Well, and
what didn't work.
it was important to get that point out there because of the desire of her for her son.
right.
She wants somebody that's going to build their empire,
Right.
build their family up, and so
right.
to kind of frame it as like he lifts others up.
Yeah.
right. And I
Yeah,
thought
it builds it up as Breach is the right guy for
Yeah.
Bill.
I do
Yeah.
think
I think that makes
as you
sense.
went on, your answers became increasingly more powerful from a meta game perspective.
Right.
Your answers became increasingly more powerful because you started with a game truth
Yep.
that you really wanted to
Yes,
have.
that's a good way to
and
put
and
it.
it
Like,
and it was true. It really was. Then you went with another thing, and the DM brought out the truth that's
Yeah.
a little shameful in a way.
yeah.
Then you went for the stone cold, like the cut stone, the cut flower truth,
Yeah.
right? And then you fucking ended with like the faith thing was the most fucking cutting, truthful thing you said. We all know that about him.
Yeah, he covers.
He puts the fucking
yeah,
the greasy bandana over Melora's eyes.
And a lot of that has to do with the fact that y'all died under his watch.
Incredible,
Right, it feels
incredible.
like- No,
Outside of
it's
the
all
game,
very
I don't know
real.
what it means for the game, but for our meta minute, the fact like the sequence or whatever, from like the way that you told it, the sequence from like game truth, whatever, and to the most biting, cutting truth possible. Like
Right.
that was so cool to see unfold. It was like Simon was realizing that he was in a circle of truth or a zone of truth, whatever the
Right,
fuck
right.
it's called. Like as
Circle
he
of
was
zone of truth.
Yeah.
a zone of circle truth.
The orb of truth.
The Orbeus truth.
My man.
That's
Orbeus.
always what I'm looking for.
Where is Orbeus in this?
You can see Orbeus in everything if you look close.
I think if you look hard enough, in Haven, you can find Orbeus everywhere.
Yeah. His fingerprint is on everything.
But that was what a really cool thing was seeing you piece together the trial, seeing Simon piece together the trial, and it went from that blew my mind. By the time you were done, I was like, "Well, this fucking trial
Yeah,
is
I was
one."
So
excited to see where that went.
let's rewind just a little bit.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really wanted
Yes,
Dash to go last.
yes,
because
I did too.
I knew that he would pull out
I was
like
fine
the
going
best
first.
improv
Because
bullshit.
didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to. It was so funny when I was convincing that poor lady like what to do, because I went into
That was
that
fantastic.
not knowing what we were supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Which
So
was
I was just like, yeah, you gotta, like in the same way that I was also kind of sussing out of her like what we're supposed to do. Because I was like, oh yeah, and the 3 spells, and I go, you're right.
Yeah,
3
3.
spells.
That's what I need to
And
do.
that's when I started thinking about my spells, and I was like, which 3 spells would I pick? Which
Yeah.
spells would I pick? And
Okay, and that story.
oh
you
yeah,
It's actually a really good story.
It was compelling, and
Well,
it fit like the whole like arc. Of
I
who
just kind
we
of
think that they
I
are.
immediately went to like, okay, like boat, lighthouse. That's an obvious thing. And I was like, that's a really simple story. It's super simple, but you can make it very powerful.
And
You just tell
everybody
her,
in
right?
that crowd is gonna get it because they're all pirates. So
Yeah,
they're all
everyone lives on like
sailors.
boats
They're
and
all-
stuff, so that's an immediately
Only
recognizable
Coconut
thing.
Bill's bros are pirates. Everyone else is like high.
They've
Well, they had to
all
get there
been
somehow.
on boats.
Yeah.
But they've all seen a lighthouse.
Absolutely, yes.
Alex, don't
yes.
take this away.
Come on.
No, I'm just saying.
We had
it's
at
not a
least
bunch-
one
this isn't
person that
Pirate
did it
Island.
really well.
That's somewhere else.
Now-
this is like fancy Elf Island, and you and some pirates have kind of like showed up and
I
are
think-
trying to
Fuck
like
yeah.
This
hang
is,
out.
This is
Fuck
the
yeah.
shore
At the resort.
of Coconut Bill's Island.
Oh, yeah. Very good.
It's just a bunch
It's
of
just-
balls.
Now,
bunch of coconut
I
balls.
mentioned it, and I really should have saved it for Metagame Minute, but has anybody read
Crit Files.
or watched Crit Files? Thank you. What's super fucked up is I'm so close to being done with Ren and Duroc's side adventure. And what we do in our first thing with O'Shea as our DM is I go back and I say, can we do a metagame minute? And all these things. And we call ourselves Chaotic Amateurs. And I'm like, I almost wanted to go back and take those out and figure out a way. And I was like, that's what we were. That's what we
Yeah.
did. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah.
So
And I
that's
mean,
why
clearly, like looking at all the statistics and stuff, it doesn't matter.
No.
So.
Yeah,
People are gonna
because
consume it no
everybody's
matter what.
listening no
did
matter
you guys
what.
finish that?
Well, we finished the first one shot.
Which
So
was
I've been
it was really
I've
fun.
been editing it now literally for 2 fucking years. It's it's embarrassing. The truth
I've been working on it.
We've talked about it.
the
several
truth is because we did it the summer that I first moved in here, which was 2021, and it was so fucking cool.
It was good.
It was really fucking good. And I thought to myself, I wanted to set this apart and do all these other things, and I just never could edit it, never do anything, and I fucking licensed all this music for it. And this is we can do this on another podcast. But anyway, I'm almost done, finally.
No, this is good that this is getting out because then it adds a layer of you have to do it now.
I know.
You've talked
What's
about
fucking
it.
crazy is I worked so hard on it last week, and I was like, I could fucking finish this week. And then today I was like, oh, I haven't worked on this in 7 days.
It was
But-
really good, and I had a blast playing that. O'Shea was such
Isn't
a fun
he so
DM.
fucking good?
He just
I'm
like
listening
brought
to
in
it.
so much stuff that was like
I'm listening to it, and what blows me away is how he was able to do so much with like a single extra character and like it's
Who's
so crazy.
O'Shea?
O'Shea is a friend of mine. We were in a band together 10 years ago, and
O'Shea Jackson, is that
O'Shea Hill. That's his name.
O'Shea?
O'Shea Hill. We were in a band together,
Ice Cube's son.
and we. What's fucking crazy is he's named after Ice Cube, because Ice Cube's real name is O'Shea.
he is a very good DM.
He was really
I
fucking
was-
good, and we reconnected over Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're fucking playing D&D, dude? Yeah, man, you should check out Chaotic Amateurs." And he did. He liked what he heard, and I fucking told him when we did our first spinoff, I was like, "If this guy would do a one shot." Because I played a one shot with him that was so well constructed and so well organized. I was like, if this guy could do a one shot for us, I would love to capture that on a podcast.
Yeah, it
And
was
he
really
like,
good with Ren and Duro.
It was so fucking good.
Nice.
And anyway, we'll come back to that.
Weren't we like sucking Dash's dick? Or
We were
something?
Yeah,
sucking
we're talking about Val.
Dash's dick.
No, not at all.
What I wanted to say about the fucking metagame minute. No, Crit Files. That's how we got into that, because I said metagame minute. But the
Don't
Crit
start
Files.
it over.
Has anybody read or watched Sandman? Read the comic or watched the show on Netflix?
No.
No.
It's like a
No.
Batman thing.
No.
No.
Well, but it is DC Comics. But so Sandman fucking blew my mind. And there's a scene in it where he goes to hell to get back some of his like accoutrement, right? Like he's like this powerful god that shapes reality that everybody lives in, but he's been captured in prison for hundreds of years. And when he escapes, he's like, I gotta fucking get my shit back. And he goes to hell and he fucking squares off with Lucifer's top commanders, and they do a duel of wills, and it's like, I'm a direwolf, prey stalking, and then the other one's like, I'm a hunter, horse mounted, and he
I
says,
just want to watch something with Keanu Reeves
It's
in
like
it
Sword
right
in the
now.
Stone.
but
I've seen that scene.
Yeah,
it's
no,
so
I'm
fucking
picturing,
good. And if you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix. And it's this scene where they are squaring off the Battle of Wills. And the way that you...
Constantine.
And Constantine is in Sandman episode 3.
Is he? Okay.
But
I'm
she
a little more
is.
sold.
It's
Oh, she
Joanna
is. Which is
Constantine in
fun.
this universe.
I don't have a problem with that. I'm open to all kinds of different.
But if
Yeah, sure.
But if you do read the comic book, it is John Constantine. Sandman interacts with John Constantine, and that's a really fucking cool episode. Anyway, the point being is that I just thought that Dash's whole episode. That's why I brought that up, and I didn't mean to take up so much time with it all. But the way that you sort of like introduce this story and how it manifested into this, and you were sort of. And their story sort of against yours. That was like all I could think about was this really epic,
like
cool
the, like,
scene.
duel of wills.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, and you did it so well. Like I was thinking to myself, like I'm glad it's Dash and not me.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm glad it's Dash and not any of us.
And the ace in the hole was no offense.
my no,
Ace in the hole.
no, it's a good thing.
Uh-oh.
No ace is
In the hole.
always.
Well,
in
the fact
hole.
that Ace left a bunch of shit on those other people's
He's
doorstep.
knee deep in the hole. Yeah.
That is
right. Was the whole and Alex played off of it perfectly. The whole dance. I know we already kind of talked about it, but like the fact that like going onto
It went
stage
so well.
you were like didn't even dance.
and then you just used the mall.
Like, that was the best.
You used the mall at the end,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you just
it's the
lit it
That
up
was
like the
so
lighthouse.
cool.
That was
Yeah.
so dope.
And I couldn't help but think like it would have been hilarious if she had done better.
I was
I
so
know.
open, but I knew it had to be a
If-
role. Like she had to earn it.
It's
Well,
kind of
and-
like basketball before Michael Jordan and after. Imagine she comes in and just nails it.
And she didn't really roll that much lower than
Yeah.
because you had a
she
7 and I think she had a
Yeah.
5.
So let metagame. How did he compare in the trial? We can know, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a point system here.
Well, do we want to
It was
find
1
out?
point for y'all's crew, 0 points for Sandoval, and 2 points for Dahlia.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think I kind of had a feeling we came in second on that one, just
Yeah.
because my roll was low.
Okay, is Sandoval the one that we like or the one that we don't like?
Which
Fuck
one do you like and which
everybody.
one do
You
not
know
like?
who
Hello,
I
what
like
are you
and
talking
who I
about?
don't like.
The people that were like dicks. That's
Yeah.
Dahlia's crew. That's That's
Good.
I forget the last
What
name.
point totals? Who's in the lead?
Yeah, metagame in it.
There's a tie.
Of course
Between
there
us
is.
and the crew.
Because there has to be.
Because
Between
somehow I couldn't
you
get
guys
the
and somebody
fucking
else.
I couldn't get the goddamned crab on my side.
All right,
Couldn't
so
get the crab on
I
your
just
side,
want
or the
everyone.
worms.
I
The
want.
worm.
I want
Let's go
everyone.
to Milo first.
No. I want everyone to give me credit.
Yeah.
Ace did not punch anyone.
It was really
for real,
impressive.
deserve a
For
round
how
of applause.
often you mentioned it.
He wanted to punch so many people.
We know.
So
We
many
know.
times.
Can you just throw somebody out here for me to punch?
If I was looking for somebody to punch.
Yeah.
For how often you mentioned it, it was so impressive
was
that you
restrained. There was
didn't punch anybody.
A deep love
And instead-
loyalty to Brooch.
Brooch is my bro,
yeah.
and that is a true statement.
No. Wait a minute. Was it a? Why didn't you punch anybody?
Because of Brooch. Like I know that this is something that Brooch wants.
and nobody was close enough.
No.
No,
You guys,
no,
what do you
no,
think?
No,
What do you
There-
think?
That
Is
guy
this
was
true?
definitely close enough, especially when he like used the magic hand. I could
Yeah.
have gotten to him.
Well,
I
see,
got
that's the
35
thing.
feet of movement.
He did. He wanted to punch the people he thought he could and should punch. When he found out that those people weren't there, he backed off. So I will give him credit for that. Like he showed a little bit of restraint.
I punched some pillows instead.
Yeah.
He did show some restraint,
Yeah.
and overall impressed. that
What?
Ace didn't punch anyone.
Thank you.
Am I the only
That's
one not
all
really
I
that
wanted to
impressed?
hear,
I'm
is
not that
everyone is
impressed.
happy
And,
that
and again,
set the bar
the
real
bar
low.
is low.
Right, you don't
the bar
understand.
is very low.
It's a low bar, but a big victory.
little bunny.
You have to celebrate the victory where it is. You know,
I was definitely looking for that like constant like
encourage it.
Validation.
that place where I was like, where can Ace just fuck all of this up? And
You did. You
there was
shit in a bag.
there was the moments where it was like Ace could really just fuck this up, but would
No, no.
Ace do that? And Ace does care about Brooch in a way that he has forgotten about his father being on this island and
it's-
wanting him to die,
the-
and is doing this trial to try and give his friend.
Is it
happiness.
true that all of us only really do? Is it true that all of us care about Brooch more than each other?
No,
No.
not for Simon.
No.
No.
Fuck.
Well, I think we know where Ben is.
Brooch cares about.
Okay,
or
wow.
no, Ace cares about Brooch as much as he cares about the rest of the group individually. But Brooch, he does care about Brooch more than he does about the group as... No, other way around. He cares about the group more
than.
as a group, but
Right.
cares about Brooch more individually than he does the group.
Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
also Ace not punching someone as a success is like an
Yeah.
alcoholic not drinking before noon. That's about it.
It's a win.
It's a win.
It's a decision he has to
But
make.
it's,
every
again,
gonna
the-
drink.
Not only
the
that,
bar
Ace is gonna punch someone.
He's gonna punch someone. He's just
waiting for the moment.
Yeah.
He's just waiting till
That punch is
afternoon.
getting bigger and bigger. That punch is going to be powerful.
He's watching
when
the
it
clock.
comes out.
Yeah, he's
He's
watching
got to
the
get
clock.
out that peanut butter
He's
whiskey.
winding up
Hell
his
yeah.
Falcon punch.
I do want to say I really enjoyed playing the just asshole that was interacting with Simon.
Yeah.
All of your role playing was
Oftentimes,
so
like,
good.
I'll have these NPCs is like, well, I want this person to be condescending and clever and snot, and it's like, you know, will I be able to get that out? Will I be able to have?
You
and
did.
You did.
And sometimes it's like, this didn't work out well, and they're just
And
some
all of them-
arrogant
Poor Caleb
NPC.
for that.
and it just it works so well.
No.
And thank you, Caleb, for being in that scene.
The
with
punching
me.
bag.
It was,
Yeah,
it
the
was
whipping
very
post.
good.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. It didn't bother me one bit, but it sure frustrated Simon.
Right.
Isn't that wild
right.
that like Alex nailed every single scene?
My favorite.
How did he
was
manage
the
four
derpiest.
spirits?
The
You see I
the
nailed
worm one.
worm guy.
The worm guy, and I didn't even win him over. I felt like he was
Didn't
my
win him
best.
over.
I feel like the worm guy was my best one.
So
The-
here's where
was so
that
good.
went. Was the worm guy was very interested and thinks humans are really cool and interesting and thinks that they're really neat.
And I bored him.
And
with stories about
you
moms.
didn't reflect that nature. You were not interested in the worm guy. You were not interested in what made him neat.
God, that's fucked up because I felt like I connected with him the most.
Yeah, because he was so interested in you.
Because
You're easily won over by people
hear
showing
about
interest
you
in
and
you.
the things that are.
There's no other way Ben
You-
could have been. I will say that from the get-go. Like the worm guy was
yeah.
quintessential Ben.
Mm.
That was like, remember the witch when I was just like, yep,
I don't know.
okay.
Yeah.
And I
There
I
was
feel like
there
the-
was
the
a
worm guy
crab in
fits.
this.
how did I fuck up the crab? How did I fuck up the crab?
Yeah, no, considering your intimate past.
Yeah,
with crabs.
you've
And I-
lived with
all
crabs.
I didn't
There's a crab in
say-
your eye.
All I didn't say was that like fucking crabs ate me, you dumb fuck. The fuck is wrong with
That
it?
might have been the common ground, though.
and I should have
Like,
just been like, because I thought I nailed. I was like, yeah.
The
fucking
crab
go
was
with it.
close.
you were trying to play it too cool.
The crab is somebody who keeps secrets, keeps things close, keeps things and you're like, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, this is what I want. And the crab's like,
All
You know what though?
giving everything away.
You know
are
what
we?
though? I challenged that. I didn't fucking tell that crab shit. I just told him what I was doing there.
You pulled
and
an ace on a talking stone kind of a thing.
almost, except without cussing. But that was my strategy with every spirit. They were like, "You want to light shit on fire?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I do." And then they were like, "Hey, I'm a crab. What the fuck's up?" And I was like, "Yeah, I go where the tides take me, motherfucker." And then the next guy was like, "Hey, I'm the mist," and I was like, "Yeah, of course you're the fucking mist. You're fucking misty everywhere. You stupid dumb mist."
Yeah, I could see that.
And the mist thinks they're very powerful and grand.
Oh, and I let them think
Well-
that too.
well, hold
And
up,
you
hold
thought
up.
that about yourself as well.
Metagame,
Did I,
crit
though?
files. Hey, Is this mist at all connected to the mist that
The
is-
spreading
covers
mist?
it? Okay.
Oh, so I'm
that would've
friends
been-
with the more powerful mist spirit.
That would have been
Okay.
a neat callback.
Fuck this self-important mister.
This mister from another mister.
You got the bigger mist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I blew my mist all over.
Measuring contest.
Yeah, we
Mist measuring contest.
God
That's good.
damn it though. But I hit him right apparently. The worms felt so right, didn't it?
I enjoyed
No.
that. I
No? What do you mean no?
I didn't feel right.
We're metagaming, motherfucker. You can be honest.
No, I'm fucking with you. I don't know. I couldn't tell. I honestly had no idea which
That was a
way
hard
either
read.
of them
It was
were
very
going.
much an abstract winning and losing on that one.
So-
what would I have had to done? So I would have had to been like interesting.
you would have to been
Yeah,
interested
never.
in.
You would have
the
asked the
worm
worm
guy.
guy questions.
Yeah.
He wanted to be asked questions.
But instead, you gave him answers
Oh,
about
right.
yourself.
So it would have been
It's
like,
basically you wanted to
So you're a
reflect
fucking
what they were doing.
Yeah.
you're a worm
like
guy, huh?
like the opposite of when you're on a date.
I noticed that your fucking worms were clapping to make words.
that's
You wanna-
pretty sweet.
You want to clap worms
You
later?
gotta,
was
you gotta
good.
ask him questions.
Whoa! Roll it back. What did you just say?
The worms.
You want to clap worms later?
Clap
Soundbite
worms?
it.
I got
Soundbite it.
That's disgusting.
Soundbite it.
No, I'm fucking serious though. Seriously, what's up with your worm face?
Now I don't know who you're talking to.
How does your how does your writhing?
He's leaned in
I
quite
know.
a bit.
He's
It's-
leaned in. He's gotten very serious, and he's looking at us with a glazed over look in his eye.
Look at me. Look at me in the
I'm
face.
dead serious.
Guys.
That's red on too much
Let me get
whiskey.
your
Yeah.
Look at
Want to
me.
clap worms?
Look at me in the eyes with one of
Look
your
me in the
dozens
eyes.
of worm eyes.
That's all I'm saying is if you would have fucked that thing
Two
with worms,
totems.
you would have got their favor.
I would have if I would have fucked the worms.
Yep.
Few fuck the forms.
Here's one thing you guys don't know about Ben. Crabs ate my cock.
And that's a metagame.
Crit files.
Crit files.
official
God
lore.
Bless America. All right.
Fan
We
art
done?
highly encouraged.
We're done. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Trials of the Thousand Blossoms.
The trials of the Festival of the Thousand
The
Blossoms.
Festival of a Thousand Blossoms and the trials contained there within
Of the waters of Strelitzia.
the
I put a lot of names in
the
it.
Strelitzian
They were all good too.
the Strelitzian waters on behalf of our friends Prince
Thousand
William of the Palm of House Arce and his mother Tiala of the Palms of House Arce. And fuck the competitors like this fucking Dahlia woman and that fucking Greg guy, fucking Greythorn Sandoval.
No, I-
fuck
no,
that
Greg
clown.
I think
Sandoval,
Greg-
his friends call him Greg.
No, I
Also-
think Greg is kind of cool. I think Greg is. If we didn't win, we wanted Greg to win.
Guys, it's July. Pride Month is over. Fuck Greg. Okay, we're going for Brooch. Brute. Fuck.
You don't even know who you're lobbying for.
Brooch, goddammit. We're
the
going to make the
McQuiltons.
frogs turn
That's-
us.
That's the important thing.
Anyway,
All right,
let's just fucking
grab your sword
Yeah.
and clap
Keep
some
on
worms.
adventuring.
Clap,
Have
clap.
some worms.
Some worms.
some fucking dirt shitters. All right. All right.
I don't know if that was good or not.